Welcome in, everybody. Tonight, the Crusaders fall to the UNI Panthers 76-53 at the Athletics Recreation Center. I'm Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by Valpo freshman Bryce Blood. And, this is a UNI team, Bryce. It's one of the top teams in the league, and they've given you trouble in both meetings, early in the season and now here tonight. What is it about UNI that makes them so good?
I think they just get really fat. Once they get that rebound, they go back on offense so fast, and they don't wait for the defense to set up. And so that was on us, not getting back in transition and talking to each other, because they don't give you time to set up. And just they're confident shooting their threes, and they're ready and set, and they're ready to let it go as soon as they get it.
Let's talk about the start of this game, because I thought it was lost in the first quarter. It struggled to score and struggled defensively in that opening period. Just kind of what happened in the first quarter?
I think we just kind of got flustered, and we weren't talking to each other. It all comes down to talking, because once we get stops on defense, it usually helps us better on our offense, and we just weren't getting our stops on defense like how we usually do, and it just comes down to communication.
A productive night for you on the stat sheet, 11 points and 8 rebounds. Just maybe how are things different for you at this point in the season as we approach the conference tournament than they were when you first started your freshman year?
Things are just a little more serious now, and now it comes down to wanting to play and wanting to keep the seniors with us playing. And I know that's my mentality, is that I just want to keep Georgie and Danny playing. So it's just you got to work your hardest and not give up and work for them.
What was the difference today? You were productive in the role coming off the bench. What was different about that to come off the bench and play that role?
No different than starting. It's the same thing. The coaches still want the same thing from me, and my role is stayed the same by getting in there and getting my teammates open, getting myself open, and just being there for everyone. There
she is, Bryce Blood, Valpo freshman and Valpo's leading scorer in tonight's game against UNI. And now we welcome in the head coach of the Crusaders, Tracy Doro. And Coach, let's talk about the first quarter, as I talked about with Bryce. Just what was it in that quarter that let things get out of hand early?
You know, Bryce hit it on the head. We didn't get back in transition. We didn't talk and match up and find their shooters. They moved the ball extremely well, and we weren't there on time. And, once they started to get on a roll, they gained a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence, and then we weren't able to take them out of their rhythm.
There haven't been too many lopsided games this season, but 2 of them have come against UNI, and the first one was closer than this one. But what is it about the Panthers that gives you trouble?
They just play so well together. They play like a veteran team, and they're used to winning, and they just, like I said, they gained that momentum, and we just couldn't get them out of their rhythm at all. We tried to zone, we tried to man, we tried to trap a couple times. I think we did a couple good things, and we could see some possessions that did go our way, but then we didn't capitalize on them. So we struggled to score, and they defend extremely well. They're super physical. They rebound well. I thought we rebounded better this game than we did the first time, but, we just didn't put the ball in the hole the way we need to beat a good team like Northern Iowa.
Bryce was one of the players who did some good things in this game. What did you see out of her?
She rebounded really hard. I thought she pursued the ball out of her area. She obviously blocked out well and just defended well. She walled up inside, and she was probably the only player we had right now that could defend 50. And she had a good game. So, I give them credit. They did a good job getting the ball inside. But Bryce stepped up and did what she needed to do. And unfortunately, we didn't, as a team, collectively do what we needed to do.
Now, as we look ahead, Drake, the number 1 team in the conference, comes in here for Senior Day on Saturday. Maybe just a little bit of a preview of what you expect on Saturday.
We have to be much more ready to play and not gamble and not just, get back on D, keep our hands active, be more physical. I felt like today it was well, that one's not mine or that one's not mine. And again, Bryce nailed it again. No communication or lack of communication and not clear. And then just making sure that we see somebody open. If we're not blocking ours out, we got to go block somebody else out, because if we're standing there guarding no one, that's a problem.
Well, it should be an exciting day on Saturday, Senior Day, the chance to honor 2 4-year seniors for this Crusader team. Both players have been with the program throughout their careers. Danny Franklin and Georgie Donchetz will be honored before the game, and then the Crusaders take on Drake. We hope you'll come out and support. That game begins on Saturday at 3 o'clock at the Arc.